doesn't want to dance at the top of the mountain? Really? I tell you who does. Paul, Porras, and the Hike Street Boys and Hike Street Girls. It's not his bright red beard.
Am I in love with my beard?
It's not the t-shirt that has a cartoon of him with his beard. It's not his leggings. It's not his hats. It is Paul's energy. Beware, it will have you dancing on top of mountains. Stick around. Hi creatives, welcome back to Courageous Creatives, the YouTube channel that elevates you to your highest self using inspiration, education, courage building, and community. I'm your host, Sky Lucking. Today is Motivation Monday, where I talk to experts in motivation, fitness, business, love, relationships, and self-worth. If you are looking for guidance on how to level up who you are, how you do, and where you're headed, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you never miss a video. I've got some really great interviews lined up. You do not want to miss them. Today's interview is with Paul Porras. I met Paul when we were doing a group photo shoot for a company that both Paul and I work for. It's an Instagram marketing company called Conscious Creative. Fun fact, I am an Instagram expert, as is Paul. I knew immediately upon seeing Paul that he was an interesting person to look at, and then I spoke with him and I also found out that he is intelligent, he is insightful, he is spiritual, and I met his girlfriend and found out that he's one half of a power couple. Let's check it out.
Paul Porras. I was named after Paul McCartney. And then my mom likes to say I was named after Paul the Disciples and Paul Core. So I'm a mindset fitness trainer, and what I do is I get people that are burnt out from the gym outside into the natural environment, and I get them doing everything from outdoor hiking, biking, rollerblading, stand-up paddleboarding, yoga in the park workouts. And I just get people to tap back into society outside, just enjoying this beautiful world that we live in, and really tap into the core beliefs. I was born and raised in Scottsdale, Arizona. I was a three-sport athlete, played football, basketball, track in high school, and I actually got a full-ride scholarship to play football at Rice University in Houston, Texas. And I played there, 3-year starter, top 10 all time in tackles with nearly 300 tackles in my career. And I come from a family of football players. So my grandpa played with the leather helmets. My dad played professionally till he was 38, and my brother played at Stanford. And so for me, I had to carry on the legacy. I carried the torch on, and I actually ended up getting an opportunity to play professionally in Japan. And after I just retired a year and a half ago, I wanted to start my own business, and so I created my own movement with Paul Core, where I'm getting people outside, I'm bringing people together. One of my passions is bringing people from all walks of life together and uniting them through fitness, through fashion, and through dance. And so what I do is I lead people up to the top of Camelback Mountain twice a week, and we have fun dance parties at the top of the mountain after a rigorous hike. And I get them to throw on crazy colorful leggings, wigs, outfits, and we just dance and celebrate life on top of a mountain. In college, I just got really into going to thrift shops, and it's so funny because at that time, Macklemore's song came out, Thrift Shop, into thrift shopping, and I just loved the idea of finding these hidden treasures in thrift shops that were, very minimum pay, and I just love to throw stuff together, and I'm a trendsetter, so I love creating my own trends. I love just being out there, being bold, and being different from the pack. And so for me, I'm just a constant peacock. It's kind of a pattern interrupt for people. They just don't know what to think, and I just love just being loud and different. And you know what? The people that I'm attracting in my life, they're on the same mission, just to be out there and not really care what. They're so comfortable in their own skin that they can rock whatever they want and still enjoy having a good time. My whole life, I was raised pretty much in a military household, very structured, just Green Berets training me in college as strength coaches. So for me, the mindset was, It's just very competitive, that champion mentality. And so for me, what I do is I instill these concepts I've learned throughout my years of sports and school, and I put them into my clients by getting them out of their comfort zone, by tapping into their core beliefs, their beliefs around relationships, money, their relationship with themselves first and foremost. So like once we tap into those core beliefs and we get them up to the surface, that's where there's a healing process that starts. And for me, it's just really getting all your emotions out there and being comfortable with having those conversations. And one thing that my girlfriend Mandelynn Moses always says is the fastest way to your ascension is through conflict. So through relationships. So once you get away from running from fear and actually embracing the fear and hitting it head on, that's where the real change happens, and that's where you can actually have those exponential growths in your life. It's one of those things where fear, it's always going to be there. This fear is always going to be in the distance, lingering, and until you acknowledge it and you actually embrace it and you hit it head on, that's the only way that you're going to get through it. You can't get around it. It's going to come right back around to you, because if you keep on waiting, that's where the fear builds up. You get this bank account of just fear, in your review, and it's never going to go away until you actually embrace it and you go through it. Fantastic beard. So, in college, I went through a lot of different looks. I'll have to send you the many faces of Porras. I have like 30 different looks I had, from braids to crazy. I looked like a homeless man at one point. I had, just a handlebar mustache I actually shaved off for a charity. I shaved off my mustache for $1,300 I raised in a week for charity. Like military and playing D1 athletics is kind of similar, because you have a rigid schedule, you have to look a certain way, you got to act a certain way. And so for me, growing out this beard was kind of like, getting out of the military. Like I just wanted to be completely different. I wanted to just not care what my outside appearance looked like. And it grew on me, because in high school I was actually really self-conscious about my red beard. Everyone's saying, "Oh, you're a ginger, you have no soul," like from South Park.
It really irritates me. People would say that red-haired people don't have souls. Gingers have souls!
And so, for me, I just embraced my red beard. And I used to be down here. I actually had to shave it during football in Japan, because the Japanese players would grab my beard. And this hurts. Like, when you get this tugged on, it's worse than someone pulling your ponytail or something. So, am I in love? In what? With my beard? No, am I in love? Yes, I'm in love with my girlfriend, Mandelynn Moses. We've been together for nearly 3 years, and she's just done so much for me, just helped me grow tremendously as a person, as a man, and just really helped me embark on this journey of just enlightenment and the path I'm going down. And I'm just super grateful that she came into my life when she did. Because it was points where I went down these dark paths, and for her, she really just woke me up to the realization of how I was treating others, and how, most importantly, I was treating myself. And with that constant mirror that she gives me, it's a beautiful thing to see how far I've come from 3 years ago to today. Months ago, my buddies Joel, Clay, and I, we put together this boy band group. And we were coming up with a name. We're like, I love the Backstreet Boys, the NSYNC, and 98 Degrees, and all these boy bands. And I wanted to bring back boy bands and girl bands. And so the whole idea is the Hike Street Boys, similar to the Backstreet Boys, right? So the whole idea is that we're on top of mountains hiking, we're in the streets rollerblading, running, dancing, and we wanted to bring together this tribe of like-minded men and like-minded women. So we got the Hike Street Boys and the Hike Street Girls, and it's all about outdoor fitness, with dance, with yoga, inspired with fashion and crazy outfits. So I've been attracted to this tribe of amazing people. We're really tapping into the mindfulness. I'm super excited to take this to the next level. We have actually followings all over the world now through my social media, and we started our own little hashtag Hike Dance Challenge, so other people can get on board and dance on top of mountains with us. The parents, shout out to Tom and Bunny, for really, molding this man you see in front of you, and both really pushed me, not only on the field and on the court, but also in the classroom, and to have that winning championship mentality. And I definitely credit my brother Tyler, who was my biggest role model growing up. Everything he did, I had to do or do better. My brother really guided me, and my grandparents, of course, and and definitely my girlfriend Mandelynn Moses. You can find me online, type in Paul Porras on Facebook, and then on Instagram it's at PAULY24, so that's Paul24. And on YouTube, just my name, Paul Porras.
Thank you so much, Paul. I loved hearing about your path to this point and your insightfulness about fear. Now I just need to get my tuchus out of bed so I can join the Hike Street Girls or Hike Street Boyz for one of those early morning hikes, because they look super fun. I was really interested in some of the things that you said about discipline and purpose and fear. It reminds me of an interview I did with a different Paul Strobel. He is a life coach, and he has some things about fear and mentorship, and you can see that video right here. And in the meantime, remember, you are courageous.